Good morning, everyone. Just a couple of quick notes before we get started. So I am Ms. Hendricks. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm really glad that you can be here with us today. Before we start this panel on diversity and inclusion, I want to make sure that we recognize that our school building is sitting on the ancestral lands of the Penobscot Nation. And I think it's important that when we talk about issues of diversity and inclusion that we recognize that the site that we are on today is a site of colonization, and that's an important thing for us to recognize and be aware of as we begin this conversation. I think the other thing that's really important is that we're going to ask you to be really present today, and that means turning off all of those things that might distract you from being in the moment. And I know that some of you, even though you're a little young, might be familiar with the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's not the case for the panel today, because we want what you learn here to leave here. What happens in this room should not stay in this room. It needs to go with you as you make your way out into the world and out into your community. And we're so happy that you can be here for this collective learning experience. So I'm going to turn things over to our panelists, and I am going to ask each of you to please introduce yourself, including your name, your pronouns, your job titles, or other important aspects of your identity that you think the students would benefit from knowing before we get started with the questions.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Angela Okafor. I am originally from Nigeria. I have a law practice, I have an international market, and I have a health reading and craft business. And I'm also in Bangor City Council, and I am a mother of 3. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your attention. My name is Marwa Hassanien. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. My favorite thing that I start off with is I'm a mother of 4. That's my proudest achievement. 2 of them are here in school, maybe many of you will know them. I am a Bangor School Committee member as of November. I am also an adjunct faculty member at Eastern Maine Community College. I teach English grammar and composition, so I may have some of you in the future. I'm also on the Penobscot County Medical Society Board, and I hold other boards, and we'll talk about that later. Thank you for having us.
Good morning. First, I want to thank everyone that made this possible and for making me part of this panel. I think I know a few of you guys out there, or you may recognize me. I've been out in the community. My name is Soubanh Phanthay. My pronouns are him, his, he. This pronoun thing is all new to me. I'm originally born in Laos, was a refugee in Thailand, sponsored to Houlton, Maine. And I am a commercial photographer and full-time, and I've just been elected as Brewer City Councilman, and I also help organize a Comic-Con in town.
Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you for inviting us here today. It's really, truly an honor for all of us to be here. My name is Cintia Miranda. I am Isabel K. Wells Mo. And I am originally from Brazil, a city called Belo Horizonte, and I am the director of marketing at a software company called Blue Marble. It's a GIS software company. And I have been living here in Bangor for 11 years now. Great, thank you so much. So the first question is, and because we have a lot of questions to get through, I am going to ask you to try to keep it to the time limit. tell us your 60-second life story. Right? 60 seconds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you can let us know quite a bit in just that minute. What are those highlights on your journey up to this point?
Take off the team. All right, I'll start. I was born in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. It's a very large city, third largest city of the country. It's kind of like LA size. Not too many people know about Belo Horizonte, which is kind of sad. In Brazil, we speak Portuguese, not Spanish, so that's a trivia there. When I first arrived in this country, I didn't speak one word of English, and I went to Quincy High School in Quincy, Massachusetts, and this was in 1990, so it was before Google, internet or anything like that, Google Translate. So I walked around with a pocket dictionary, so I could translate everything around, and I learned how to be really good at mining, because I couldn't speak. So I went to UMass Boston for both undergraduate and graduate degrees, met my husband at the university, moved to Bangor, Maine, and I've done a variety of things, including teaching at the University of Maine, owning my own marketing agency, worked for multinational companies, and now I direct the marketing for this software company. And my proudest achievement in life is definitely being the mother of a wonderful young lady.
Wow, I don't know how to top that one. That's awesome. I was born in a small village outside of Vientiane, Laos, which is the capital of Laos. If you don't know where Laos is, it's the only landlocked country in Southeast Asia. So it was post-Vietnam War. Our country was the most bombed country in the entire world. More bombs were dropped in the country of Laos than all of the world wars combined in the world. Till this day, bombs are still not detonated, and if you touch it, it will detonate. So I went to visit 2 years ago to shoot a documentary. It's called Palms to Pines, and we were asked to stay on a certain route so that we would not veer off and detonate these bombs. My family left the Pathet Lao, came to our country after the U.S. pulled out after the Vietnam War, and they didn't want to live under a communist regime, so we escaped the country by crossing the Mekong River on a bamboo raft. I was only 2.5 years old. We were refugees in Thailand. Just across the river of the Mekong River is Nong Khai, which is a country. It's a beautiful country. But we lived there for 2 years in the refugee camp. We were fortunate enough, we were blessed enough to be sponsored by a church organization, the First Baptist Church in Holton. And they didn't want to just sponsor one person. At that time, a lot of family members got separated. They wanted to sponsor the entire family. There were 6 kids, 2 adults, and 1 brother-in-law. And they made that happen, and I'm so grateful for them. That was a big impact on me. I was born Buddhist, so I practiced Buddhism when I was growing up. But then I found another religion when I was in Lynn, Mass, which was an interesting place. And I met my wife at the Union Street swimming pool when it was on top of the hill when I was 13 years old. So, someone you might know right now that they'll be married someday. I moved away, came back, and I went to the School of Hard Knocks after I graduated from Bangor High. So I went to the workforce. Learned that I could not stand working for anyone else, so I started my own business. Started a video production company, then changed to a photography company. Now I'm a full-time commercial photographer, and I love it because I get to choose what I do most of the time and what time I get up. This is earlier than I'm used to. And I just love seeing your faces and see the potential in every one of you today.
Hard in 60 seconds. But my story is a little different than my fellow panelists, but similar too. So I'm a daughter of immigrant parents from Egypt. My parents came to the U.S. as engineers, so they had a really good life. But they came here for the American dream. My dad wanted to get his master's and PhD, and then their plan was to go back to Egypt, which never happened. They ended up, my dad became a professor in Oklahoma, of all places. So we were the only Egyptian family there. We were jokingly called Egyptian Okies. So it was a really nice experience because we were in Stillwater, which that's where Oklahoma State University is. And it's a college town, so there are many international families. So it was beautiful being raised in a college town like that, where we met professors and students from all over the world. So that's where I was raised in Stillwater and graduated from Stillwater High, went to OSU, followed in my dad's footsteps, got my bachelor's in technical writing and my master's in linguistics, and then met my husband actually in Egypt on vacation. That was amazing because it was completely out of the blue, and followed him to the East Coast. We've been here in Maine for about 15 years. We came here because it's a medically underserved area with the intentions of only staying here 3 years, and came here with Adam, 18 months old, and we had 3 more here. And we've really created a home here, and we plan to, this is home for us, so we plan to stay here. I think this is the longest that I've remained, other than Oklahoma. So it's been a blessing to be part of this community, and again, my husband is in the medical field, but we do everything from volunteering in different organizations and really establishing things here. And I feel very blessed to be a Mainer right now. I consider myself a Mainer.
So I was born in Nigeria. I went to school in Nigeria. I studied law. And I met with my husband in Nigeria too, and then he is a pharmacist. So he got recruited by Rite Aid, and that's how we came here on a work visa. This was in 2007. But coming here then, you will hardly see anybody that is not white. So I couldn't find a ton of things that I needed, especially my hair, being a black woman. So I was forced to learn how to make hair on my own head because I was in Bangor, Maine. Along the line, I couldn't find a job because I wasn't in the medical field and I didn't go to school here in America, and I am from away. So there was always a ton of questioning my credentials, or questioning my ability, or questioning if maybe my alliance or something, I'm not sure. And of course, I'm sure, questioning the fact that I'm a woman too, I'm a mother. So this kept going on to the point that I came in 2007, and I did and passed the New York bar exam at first sitting, which I heard a ton of people who go to school here don't get to make it the first time. I did that within months of arriving, yet I got questioned every single time I applied for a job. And it kept going on to the point that even though I became licensed as an American attorney, but I couldn't get a job. I had to work in a dishroom, washing dishes, with a bar certificate as an American attorney, just to get my foot in the door. Hoping at some point, I was going to be able to get something reasonable, which never happened. To the point that I decided, okay, you know what, I'm done dumbing myself down. I'm done trying to fit into the box that I feel the society expects me to fit into. So I decided to do what I could with what I had, which led me to launching my own law practice, which when I started it, I didn't have an idea what I was going to do, how far I was going to go, but the point was I started it, and I am here right now. I have 3 kids, who are 9, 7, and 5 years old. And currently also, at some point, I started an international market. And at some point, I launched a hair braiding and craft business. Last year, I became an American citizen. And then, the very first election that I participated in, I voted for myself and I won to become Bangor City Councilor. So I would say that my greatest achievement, one of my greatest achievements is having my children. But I think my greatest achievement is setting a pace for them, showing them that it's not about who you are or where you come from or the challenges you face. It's about what you choose and work hard to make up those challenges. Thank you.